Good evening, ma'am.
Good evening, ma'am.
Let us start, ma'am. Good evening to all. I am very happy to invite our resource person, Dr. S. Tangarajati, Professor, Department of Education and Technology, Barya University, Coimbatore, for the today's session. I heartily welcome all the professors from various colleges who have participated enthusiastically for the past 4 days to day 5 of our faculty development program on e-content development. Now I invite Dr. S. Tangarajati ma'am to take over the session. Welcome you, ma'am.
Thank you, ma'am. Thank you so much. Um, Very good afternoon, all. At the outset, I would like to thank Pankaja ma'am for having given me this opportunity to meet you all through this online FDP and to share my knowledge about this web tools for e-content development. In the first session, just we discussed about what is technology and what is education and what are the OER, what is OER and what are the OER resources we can get from the internet resources for e-content development. I hope that now you understood what is this e-content and what is instructional designing process and how we can develop this e-content packages, instructional designing packages, and how to write the e-content and all. Okay, so now today just I am going to talk about that some basic theories. Yesterday also, I hope that Joel sir, Joel, he described about that instructional theories. Now I'm going to talk about some basic learning theories and how we can use those theories for e-content development by using this free tools, that is the web tools. So, just before going into this, the demo session, just I want to give you a brief introduction about the technological tools. Actually, as I said in the first session, so technology plays a very vital role in all aspects of our life. Okay, so after this corona, everyone we realized the importance of technology, so that it's a must for all the teachers to update our technical skill, because it's during that Gurukula system or the before the 10 years or 20 years back, the teachers' effectiveness were measured with only with the two factors. So measured by only two factors. What are the factors? So first factor is the content knowledge. So for example, for an effective teacher, they should possess the content knowledge on that particular subject. There is the subject knowledge. Content knowledge means what to teach. So as a teacher, we should know how to, what content we are going to teach. That is the second knowledge is the pedagogical knowledge. So pedagogical knowledge means how to teach that particular content. So that is the teaching methodologies, because every subject, each subject has a different structure. So that as a teacher, we should know how to deliver that content effectively by using the teaching methodologies. So that is called as the pedagogical knowledge. Now recently we have added one more knowledge that is called as the technology knowledge. So technology knowledge means as a teacher, we should know how to integrate technology effectively for our classroom teaching learning process. So that we coined a new term, that is the techno-pedagogy. So as per techno-pedagogy, the teacher, they should know how to integrate three concepts, that is the content and also the methodologies and also the technology. By integrating the technology or by using some other methods, how we can deliver that instructions effectively in the teaching learning process. So, for example, a history teacher, they should possess all these three: content knowledge on that particular subject, history, and also pedagogical knowledge. That means how to teach history subject effectively and how we can integrate technology for effective delivery of that history subject. So likewise, it's a techno-pedagogy is a new concept of, that is the how to integrate technology for our effective teaching learning process. And then the instructional designing. So I hope that Pathasari sir described about the LMS, Learning Management System. And this learning management system, Moodle. Moodle is the oldest platform, but it's a very effective platform. Instructional designing process. Instructional designing means it's like how we design. So now our role is, as I said earlier, our role has changed. So it's like a guide or facilitator, and also we are acting as an instructional designer, because we are designing our instructions and we are developing our instruction and we are delivering our instructions. So that what is instructional designing process and what are the basic theories involved in this designing process? I will explain all these things. Just I share my PPT with you all. So after that, I will explain what are the tools, web tools are available, how we can use those web tools for creating our e-content. So instructional designing is a process by which learning products and experiences are designed, developed, and delivered. So instructional designing means is nothing but it's a e-content preparations. It is the process by which the learning products, that is the content packages, or designed. Design means first we have to prepare a blueprint and all, and how we are developing, what software we are using, what tools we are using for developing that e-content, and how we are effectively deliver, what mode we are using. That is, the LMS is also a platform for delivering that instructions. Likewise, Google Classroom. So how we are delivering that e-content packages. So that is called as instructional. These are all steps involved in this instructional designing process. So instructional designing is the process by which learning products and experiences are designed, developed, and also delivered. So what are the components involved in this instructional design? First component is for any e-content preparation, first we have to fix the objectives. As I said in the first class, in the pre-active stage, it is the pre-active stage. And this pre-active stage, first we have to fix the clear goals and objectives. So when we fix the objectives, we have to consider the Bloom's taxonomy. Now we are following the OBE pattern. Tansky is also insisting all of us to follow that OBE pattern. So OBE pattern means the outcome-based education pattern is based on this Bloom's taxonomy only. So as I said earlier, Bloom's taxonomy means is a cognitive domain, affective domain, and also the psychomotor domain aspects. So when we write the goals or objectives for our e-content, first we should ensure that our objectives are in observable terms. That is, it should be measurable and also observable. What is this? For example, I want to write the objectives. Just I want to teach the concepts in English poem. For example, Wordsworth poem. Just I can write the objectives as my objective is to make the student to understand the concepts of poem. So instead of writing like this, we can write to make the student to criticize the poem. So criticize, that is the action verb. The criticize, understand. So these are all related to that domains aspects. Okay. So that how we can use these action verbs effectively for defining each domains. Okay. So criticization means it's the highest level of thinking. So if we use that action verbs when we criticize, so if we understand the concept, we can criticize. So if the students understood the concept, they will criticize what are the positive aspects of the poem, what are the negative aspects of the poem. So likewise, we have to write our instructional objectives before preparing any e-content. E-content in the sense, it's not only just by using softwares, if use just if we are preparing that PPT means it's also a e-content. If you are preparing the text model, it's also a e-content. So whenever we prepare any type of e-content, first we have to start with the objectives, a clear-cut objectives. The objectives, it should be measurable. Okay, so clear goals and objectives. Next, learning activities. Based on the objectives, we are going to provide that learning activities and also that assessment. So what are the benefits? Just I will skip it. What is an instructional? Who is an instructional designer? So instructional design, the teacher is also the instructional designer. So we design, create and deliver the learning products. We only Now we are creating and we are designing our e-content, and we are creating our developing our e-content, and we are delivering that e-content, delivering through the Google Classroom or the Google Meet or through Zoom or through blended mode or through face-to-face. Okay. And then this is called as just instructional designer. Now our student in our department, we are running a course MSc e-learning technology. Just we are preparing that student for creating and developing, designing and developing this kind of e-content packages. So instructional designing process is consists of two phases. So all instructional designing process, any ஒரு சின்ன ஒரு e-content prepare பண்ண போறீங்கனாலும், it consists of two phases. The first one is, as a teacher or instructional designer, we should understand the theories. So theories behind the usage of the technology for teaching learning process. But for example, you know that two concepts are there in educational technology. So what are the concepts? Technology in education and also technology of education. What is this technology in education? Technology in education means it refers to what are the equipments, what are the hardware components, what are the things that, for example, we are using the projector, we are using the laptop, we are using some teaching aids. So these are all things comes under this technology in education. So what are the hardware aspects or hardware components we are using for our teaching learning process? That is called as technology in education. What is this technology of education? So technology of education is related to the psychological principles. So what are the scientific principles involved in using the technology? So as an instructional designer, we should know what are the scientific principles involved in using the technology. Very simple example is, whenever we select any medium or any technology, we should consider the basic knowledge level of the client. That means the students or the learners. For example, if I want to teach the concept of fruit to the KG students, so which one is the best method of teaching? Showing the real fruit. So showing a real fruit, and we have to make them make them to touch that fruit and taste the fruit like that. So that is the best way of teaching that concept of fruit to the KG students. But for example, I want to teach the same concept to the higher education students. So for example, the benefits of fruits like that. So what are the benefits of eating that apple like that? So if we want to teach the higher education students, no need to show that real fruit. So we can use some PPT or only the lecture method is enough for them. So that whenever we select that teaching aids or any technology or any medium, first we should consider the knowledge level of the audience. That means the learners or the students. So that is the basic principles. Likewise, what are other scientific principles involved in this instructional designing process? That is called as the technology of education. So technology in education is concerned with the hardware components. That is the hardware approach. So technology of education is related to the software approach. So what are the scientific principles involved in the usage of technology for our teaching learning purposes? So in this instructional designing, we have two types of theories. One is related to the learning theories. Second one is related to the instructional theories. So learning theories, why we have to study about this learning theory? Just I'm not going to talk about all the learning theories, just the basic theories which will be helpful for you to know about this content. The second one is instructional theories. Instructional theories means instructional design. As a designer, as an instructional designer, we should know what are the instructional models we are using. You know that ADDIE model. So ADDIE model is many e-learning industries, they are using this ADDIE model for their e-content preparations. Okay, so first I'm going to deal with this learning theories. So why we have to study about this learning theories? So learning theories means is the principles of learning. So why as a teacher or instructional designer, we have to study about this learning theories? Because as a teacher, we should know or we should understand the psychology of the student. So students எப்படி படிப்பாங்கன்னு தெரிஞ்சாதான் நம்ம அதுக்கு ஏத்த மாதிரி நம்ம டீச் பண்ண முடியும். So that who is the best teacher? Nama first session le discuss panno. It's one who understands the psychology of the student. So the learning theories, if we know that theories are principles, so we can develop an effective e-content package to satisfy their needs. So that as a teacher or as an instructional designer, we should know that learning theories. So first I will explain basic learning theory, only 2 theories, and also we can go for the demo session. So learning theory, it's about ideas about how people learn. It describes how learning occurs across context. Then instructional theory, it's ideas about how people should teach. So as a teacher, we should know that instructional theory, how we have to teach. As a teacher, we have to know how people, they will learn. And also the instructional design model, it's like a recipe. Suppose if we want to cook biryani, we can get so many recipes from the YouTube. Just we can select any one recipe. Like that, so many n number of models are available for designing that instructional package. But we can follow any one model. Usually in all the e-learning industries, they are following that ADDIE model. Okay. And instructional designing is a process. Just I don't want to explain all these things. So learning theories. So learning theories means it describes how students receive the information, how they process, and how they retain the knowledge during learning. So this is the basic things about that learning, how the students are receiving, how they are processing, and how they are retaining the information. As a teacher, we should know how they are receiving and how they are processing, because retention is very, very important for teaching learning process. So these all aspects are involving in this learning process: cognitive, emotional, and also environmental influences, as well as the prior experiences, all play a part in how understanding or a worldview is occurred, changed, and knowledge and skills are retained. And then learning theories. These learning theories are classified in three ways. There is the behaviorism principle, and also the cognitivism, and the third one is constructivism. So according to the behaviorism school of thought, what is the learning? Learning is changes in behavior. So supporters are Thorndike, Pavlov, and Skinner. So just we should know what is this behaviorism. Behaviorism means for a particular stimulus, the students or the individual respond in a particular way. For example, SR connection. For a particular stimulus, we are responding in a particular way. That is called as a behaviorism principle. So many learning theories are there. Just there is no need to explain all these things. The second one is cognitivism. And this is very important schools. According to the cognitivism, it's a learning involves internal mental process of the mind. So many things are involved in this learning. Okay, so that is cognitivism principle. Learner viewed as an active participants here is that learning is the process of connecting the symbols in a meaningful and memorable way. So in this cognitivism, first very important theory is information processing theory. So information, according to this information processing theory, this theory explains about how we process the informations. For example, in this theory, this human brain is compared with the computer. So in computer, we have some input devices, and also we have CPU, that is the process mechanism. At the same time, we have some output devices also. We have some input devices like keypad, all the other things. Process mechanism, it's like a CPU. It's a central processing unit, is the major unit in the computer system. Likewise, we have some output devices in the form of display, or in the form of printout, or in the form of pen drive, like that. These are all related to the computer. Just we compare the computer parts with the human brain. In our human brain also, we have some input devices. So through input devices or our sensory organs, through our sensory organs or through our senses, we are receiving the information from the external environment. Okay, so from the external environment, we are receiving the informations through our senses. And then these senses, these informations are transferred to the short-term memory storage space. First, it will be stored in the short-term memory storage space. So in this short-term memory storage space, this information will be stored for only milliseconds. So after that, it will be transferred to the first sensory memory storage space. After that, it will be transferred to the short-term memory storage space. In this short-term memory storage space holds that information for 15 to 20 minutes. So that short-term memory space is called as a working memory. This is the CPU of our brain. That is the central processing unit of our brain. This is the main part of our brain. Here only these informations will be processed. So, but it has that working memory has very limited capacity. It is otherwise called as a working memory, short-term memory space. So, in the இடத்துல தான் நம்மளோட எல்லா ப்ராசஸும் நடக்குது. Suppose if this short-term memory space holds that information for more than 20 seconds means it will be transferred to the long-term memory space. So, long-term memory space, it's a permanent memory storage space. So, it has unlimited capacity. So, எவ்வளவு வேணாலும் we can store in that long-term memory space. Okay, so this is the basic principles of information processing theory. So, why we have to study all these things? So, these are all the things involved in the learning process. How that students are learning. அப்படிங்கிறத இந்த தியரியில எல்லாத்துலயுமே நம்ம சொல்லியிருக்கோம். For example, you see, first we receive the information from the environment and it will reach that sensory memory space and it will be transferred to the short-term memory space and then it will be transferred to the long-term memory space. Suppose as a teacher or as an instructional designer, our role is to make the student to transfer the information from the short-term memory space to the long-term memory space. Because if they hold that information in the short-term memory, அப்படின்னா 20 மினிட்ஸ்க்கு மேல அது தாங்கல அப்படின்னு சொன்னா ரிட்டென்ஷன் இருக்காது. நம்மளால என்ன பண்ண முடியாது, ஸ்டூடெண்ட்ஸ்னால அவங்க டிரான்ஸ்ஃபர் பண்ண மாட்டாங்க. So that we are using so many techniques or methods or so many aids to make the student to transfer or that hold the information in the short-term memory space for more than 20 minutes. Suppose if we are using so many techniques, that means repetitions, rehearsal, practice, like that, abdina, they will transfer that information to the long-term memory. They will understand the concept and they will transfer that information to the long-term memory space. So while we transfer the information to the long-term memory space, since we have to ensure that, suppose if we have that basic knowledge about that particular concept, already we have that knowledge means, so when we transfer the new informations, when we add that new information, we have to add that new information with the already existing information. So long-term memory or the short-term memory already existing knowledge or information, we can add that new information to that. We can combine that new information to the already existing knowledge. Okay, that is called as the retention. Okay, suppose if we want to retrieve that information from the long-term memory space, we can retrieve it. Okay, we can retrieve that information from the long-term memory and it will reach the short-term memory and we can use. Okay, so these are all the process involved in this learning. Okay, so இதுதான் learner-ஓட learning process-னு ஒரு designer-க்கு தெரிஞ்சிருச்சுன்னா, we can create an effective instructional package. So that as a designer, we should know all these things. And then techniques. So for making the students to retain the information, what are the techniques we are using? Concept mapping. You know that in our regular classroom teaching also we are using mind mapping techniques for making the student to understand or retain the informations. Likewise, chunking. Chunking is also, it's a technique, a new technique we can use for understanding the concept in an easy way. That is means, chunking means it's grouping the same thing. But for example, if you want to know the similar numbers, இப்போ 984222 அப்படின்னு சொல்றோம்ங்க, 222 means it's the same numbers 222, so that we are grouping that number. அப்படின்னு இப்போ likewise 444 like that. Similarity, based on the similarities, we are grouping. So it will be easy for the student to remembering the things. Chunking. Another one is rehearsal, repetition. So likewise, so many methods. Mnemonic devices. Mnemonic devices means is a, for example, WIBGR, WHO. So that is the first letter or otherwise first word of the sentences. Like that, we are making the student to remembering particular concept. Vibgr means is the sequence of colors of the rainbow. Likewise, we are using so many techniques to make the student to retain the information in our brain cells. That is, the retention of knowledge is very, very important. So we are using so many technologies. Instructional designing in the theories or principles, how we can effectively integrate that animations and graphics. The next, cognitive theories. So cognitive, according to this, cognitive main theory is dual coding theory. So dual coding theory, so only through our sense organs we are receiving the information. So that there are two kinds of coding. One is verbal informations. So verbal information will be stored in the verbal space, and also visual information will be stored in the visual space. In the short-term memory space, we have two spaces. One is visual space, another one is verbal space. Suppose if we are receiving that visual information, it will be stored in the visual space. Suppose if we are receiving the verbal information, it will be stored in the verbal space. That is called as a dual coding theory. So another one is cognitive load theory. It's very important theory for while we prepare the instructional designing, even the PPT. Suppose we are preparing the PPT, so cognitive load theory kandipa ella teachers ku theriya vendiyadhu, because according to this cognitive load theory, that is the working memory nu solranga. The short term memory has very limited capacity. Konjam da adala hold panna mudiyum, very limited capacity. So that if you are receiving that visual information more, means that short term memory la visual space will be overloaded. Or otherwise, if the students are receiving the verbal informations more, means the verbal space will be overloaded. So that as a teacher, we have to divide that visual informations as well as verbal informations. So just we have to give equal importance to the visual information as well as the verbal information. For example, if I suppose the same concept, apple. So apple, I am going to prepare a PPT. For example, first slide, I am giving some images. So one image, apple, or image kudukra. Then text also I am giving. So what text? This is an apple, kudukra. And also I am giving voiceover also. So this is an apple, voiceover, just I will give. So now the image, apple or image. So the image kuduthirukkom, image is also a visual informations. And this is an apple, it's also a visual informations. So rendume visual informations will be stored in the visual space. And then this is an apple, the voiceover is the verbal informations. So verbal information will be stored in the verbal space. So now, instead of giving two visual informations, if a visual information for the same concept, the visual space will be overloaded. So that instead of giving this two kind of visual information, that is the one is graphics, that is the pictorial representation. Another one is text. So it just as a designer or as a teacher or as a subject expert or as a content creator, you can decide which one is best or which one is apt in this place. You decide the picture is must enough. We can give that picture. The PPT, the picture is enough. So picture represents all the things. Just you give only the picture. Or otherwise, we need text to make the student understand the concept. Just you give that text. So now picture தேவையில்லை, text it's enough. You can give that text. Voice it's a must for audio, verbal information. So voice suppose it's a teacher's voice, or otherwise only the text is enough. Only the text is enough. So as a teacher, just you should decide which one is best. But we should ensure that the visual space or the verbal space should not be overloaded. So we have to divide, we have to give equal importance to the visual concepts and also the verbal concept. So these are all the basic principles involved in e-content preparation. இப்போ ஒரு PPTயோ ஒரு ஒன்றும் இல்லை, ஒரு டெக்ஸ்ட் மாடல்ஸ், ஒரு சும்மா பிரிண்டட் மெட்டீரியல்ஸ் ப்ரிப்பேர் பண்ணாலும், so we have to consider, suppose it's a school or textbooks preparation la porom abdinalu, we have to consider all these things. So these are all the theories based on so many psychological researches. So psychologists நிறைய researchers, advanced research பண்ணித்தான் இந்த மாதிரி theories or principles கொடுத்திருக்காங்க. So that we have to apply those psychological principles while integrating the technology in the teaching learning process. So this is called as cognitive load theory. So according to this cognitive load theory, so எந்த ஒரு இன்ஃபர்மேஷனும் ஓவர்லோட் ஆகாம பார்த்துக்கணும். That is very, very important. So constructivism. So the latest trend, constructivism, as I said earlier, according to the constructivism, the students, how they are constructing or how they are perceiving the things and how they are giving meaning to that things. How the students are perceiving. For example, apple சொன்னோன்னா everyone, so ஒவ்வொருத்தரோட perception would be differ. So some may perceive that apple by its taste. Some may perceive the apple by its shape. Some may perceive the apple by its color. So like that, the perception will be differ. So like that, how the learner, they perceive the things, how they interpret the things, and how they encode that information. Decoding and encoding. How they are encoding that information on the basis of their own personal perception. How they are combining that new information with the already existing information. It's a process in which the learner constructs knowledge based on their past experiences. Okay. So the teacher only acts as here, that's our role is just we are acting as a facilitator and we encourage a student to explore within the framework. So constructivism, so many types, two types. Social constructivism is, it emphasizes how meanings and understandings grow in social context. In the social context, and also cognitive constructivism is process that enable the transition from one stage to another. So in this cognitive, that is we are constructing the meaning. How the students are constructing. It's very, Piaget is a famous psychologist. He explained the concept of processing the information. How we are forming the concept. ஒரு லேர்னர் இருக்காங்க, ஒரு ஸ்டூடெண்ட் இருக்காங்க, how they are forming a new concept அப்படிங்கிறதுக்கு by he explained with a very simple example. So there are three factors in this cognitive processing, that is the concept making, schema, assimilation, and also that accommodation. So what does this schema means is a concept formation. How we are forming the concept. இப்போ நம்ம while we presenting the A content, how we have to present that content effectively-ங்கிறது தெரியணும். எப்படின்னா அந்த ஸ்டூடெண்ட்ஸ் எப்படி they will perceive the things, how they grasp the things, how they will construct the meaning to that concept அப்படிங்கிறதுக்கு நம்ம இதெல்லாம் தெரிஞ்சிருந்தோம்னா we can easily create effective content. And then assimilation, what is this assimilation process and what is this accommodation process அப்படிங்கிறத as an instructional designer we should know. The schemaங்கிறதுக்கு just ஒரு simple example, within 2 minutes I will complete. So initial schema என்ன அப்படின்னா, child begins to develop an understanding of what a dog is from a picture book. Just ஒரு குழந்தைக்கு வந்து ஒரு பிக்சர் புக்ல இருந்து டாக்ங்கிற கான்செப்டை கத்துக்கிறாங்க. So now the child experiences disequilibrium. Child is actively constructing a concept, that is schema about the dogs. So child assimilates information, returns to a state of equilibrium. If a child expands understanding what a dog is by observing one in the path. முதல்ல பிக்சர் புக்ல இருந்து கிடைச்சதுல இருந்து அதுக்கு கத்துக்கிட்டது என்னன்னா, ஒரு டாக்னா the dog has following characteristics, as it has ears, 4 legs and tails. But நேர்ல அப்சர்வ் பண்ணும்போது அது some other characteristics he may observe. The child see the dog is barking. It looks like furry appearance and it's also licking. So now the assimilation process is, now the child is constructing meaning for other characteristics also. So the dog consists of முதல்ல புக்ல பார்க்கும்போது நினைச்சது only 3 characteristics. இப்ப நேர்ல அப்சர்வ் பண்ணும்போது some other characteristics also the dog has. So it's now that's combining these characteristics, that is called as the assimilation process. Now the child learn what is dog. So the dog consists of all these characteristics, that's 4 legs, ears, tail, barks, and furry and legs. So this is called as a assimilation process. Just that means நான் சொன்ன மாதிரி முதல்ல if we have that knowledge, is a previous knowledge, just if we receive a new information or new knowledge, we are combining that new information to the already existing knowledge. So the existing information, that is called as the assimilation process. And accommodation process means just a differentiation. For example, if the child sees a cat in the park, the cat is also have some similar characteristics. For example, dog in the characteristics the same way that cat is also has some similar characteristics, and also some dissimilarities is also there. So disequilibrium enna, it says meow. Dog says some sounds, it makes some sound, but the cat makes some sound differently. That is, it says meow. And also it looks like a furry. It also looks, but it's a climb up. So climbing the tree. So the child in a confused stage. So the parents or otherwise the teacher, we are encouraging the students or the child to accommodate. Accommodate means just differentiate that cat from the dog. Likewise, these are all the basic things. Why I am telling all these things means, as a teacher, we should know how the learners are constructing the meaning. So, as a teacher, we should encourage the students to make difference between the concepts also. So, these are all the basic theories involved in this instructional designing process. So, இதுதான் நம்ம இப்ப பார்த்தது behaviorism. So, according to the behaviorism, new behaviors or changes in behaviors are occurred through associations. Cognitivism, learning occurs through internal processing of informations. Constructivism, we construct our own knowledge of the world based on individual experiences. So, behaviorism teaches the facts, cognitivism teaches the procedures and principles, constructivism teaches the causation. So, now, instructional designing model is already, he has explained, I think, ADDIE model. So, based on this, we have developed the content. So, now I am going to show you what are the tools we can use for developing that e-content. So already we discussed about that one tool, that is the Screencastify video recorder. Once again, I will show you how we can use this Screencastify, and the other one tool is Presentation Tube, and another one is Resi.com. So I will switch off my camera. So first one is Screencastify. Screencastify. So type in the Google search engine Screencastify. You see, this is the Screencastify screen recording and video editing software. Just you install or download this Screencastify video recorder. So once you install, it will be added in this Google Chrome extension. Okay, and you see, this is the icon for this Screencastify video recorder. It's a red color symbol. You see, just you click this icon. So if you want to capture your desktop or browser tab or other things, just you click. Microphone is also on, webcam is also on. Now I'm going to record. Suppose I want to present my PPT. You can, this PPT, now you can present. So what is instructional designing? Instructional designing is the process by which, or otherwise other area, you see, we can use some tools. Focus, I want to focus some of the aspects. We can use, likewise, many tools are available. Pen, I want to use this pen. So while we give some demo, we can use some pen. Erase, stickers. So likewise, whatever you want, you can use. So many tools are available. So now I am going to start my recording. So it will be automatically saved in your Google Drive. It's a very simple tool which we can use for recording your screen. It's a laptop screen or a desktop screen or mobile screen. So in mobile also we can use this app. So we can create. So if you want to edit, you see video. So we can edit. So cut the copy. So you see, if we want to share this link, if we want to paste, it's a LMS platform. Suppose if we are using that Moodle, abdina, we can paste this, copy the link, and we can paste it in your Moodle platform. And then Google Classroom, mail, or only QR code. Because suppose if you want to generate QR code for this video, you can generate this QR code also. So So next, this is the one important tool which we can use for record the screen. So next I'm going to give demo on Prezi.com. Prezi.com, it's also very easy tool. So for all the tools, log in with your Gmail account. So no need to register again and again. Just you log-
66 நீங்க எடுத்துட்டு வந்திருக்கீங்களா? உங்ககிட்ட இருக்கா? சரி சரி. டாக்குமெண்ட்ஸ் எல்லாம் இருக்கு, அதை டைப் பண்ணிக்கலாம்.
log in with your Gmail account. So now I show you how to create the video. So you see this Prezi video, click this Prezi video. You see that quick record option is also there. Just click quick record. So this window will appear, open. You see just now if you have PPT, already we prepared, we have PPT means this you can import that PPT in this Prezi app. Just I am going to import my PPT. They have just so you see that now the slides are imported successfully. We can start that. And just you can decide that position also. Now only I need only the presentation. Just you click this button, and I need only the presenter. We can select the presenter. But now I need both the presenter as well as presentation. Just you can select and we can make a good position. Now I am going to show you how to record. So now you see I'm going to record that video. Sit comfortably and start recording. The ready for action. So countdown will start. So I'm going to present my video. Sorry, I'm going to record my video. Okay, so I want to move next slide means just you see, or otherwise you click this slide. So it will move. So I'm going to present all these things. So now you stop. Finish recording. You see, this is our output. It's very simple. So if you want to trim, we can trim. If you want to edit the video also, we can edit this video, and I want to save this video. So after saving this video, we can get that link also. We can paste that link in our platform, LMS platform or Google Classroom. So the students, they will get that video. So very easy and simple tool. Likewise, we can create our own PPT also by using this Prezi design. It's like in PPT, we have so many templates in this Prezi. Many templates are available. I show you how to create an effective PPT for your proposal presentation or otherwise seminar presentation. How we can use this Prezi. You see, so many templates are available. We can select any templates. Create from template. We can select any template. So many templates are available. I show you. It is a very good template. For example, I want to present my proposal. For example, this is the topic 1 or unit 1. So under unit 1, I want to give some other things. Just you can give. Suppose I want to give topic 2, unit 2. Under unit 2, I want to give some subtopics also. You can give pictures like that. You can present like this. It will be more effective than the normal PPT. So I want to give subtopics. So you can explain this. So likewise, you can present this your content. So presentation is also will be more effective than the normal PPT. So by using these present and also video, we can develop our e-content. Suppose we have that PPT, already we have PPT, we can convert that PPT, we can import that PPT into Prezi, and we can convert that normal PPT into Prezi PPT. So many templates are available. It's a tree structure. So if you need a tree structure, we can select this tree type. It's the first title. So objective of my research, and then methods, what methods I am going to follow. So like that. So what kinds of tools I am going to use. Like that, many n number of templates are available in this Prezi. So we can select based on your needs or based on your objectives. You can select any one template. For example, this is also a very simple template. Types of research, so quantitative, so qualitative. Likewise, what kind of tools we are using. Okay. So this is one very simple and effective tools which we can use for our e-content video preparation and also the PPT preparation. So another one is presentation tube recorder. It's also a very simple tool. I show you. So presentation tube recorder. Presentation tube recorder. So many versions are available. Better you can select the version 4 or 3. So easy version for the beginners. So 3, once you install, you can create a desktop icon. You see, this is the presentation tube recorder icon. Open this presentation tube. So this is the window of the presentation tube recorder. Here we can import the slides. Click open. Now I want to import my presentation slides. Suppose same presentation. You see, slides are loading. Okay, 8 slides are imported successfully. Now I want to set the camera. Click this camera setting. Okay, so you see the presenter position also. Now that only I need presenter. Now I need only the presentation, means you click this button. I need both presentation with presenter. And the position of the presenter also we can select, we can choose. So this side or this side. So I need left side corner or right side corner. So you can select any position. Now I'm going to record. You see, record option is there. Click this record. It's the countdowns will start. Okay, just now I'm presenting sub progress report. Now I want to use the whiteboard. We can use the whiteboard also. So whatever we want. Suppose I want to draw something. We can draw while presenting. Just I want to draw something. Sorry. Drawing tools are also available. So whatever we want, we can do with this tools. So browser, suppose if you want to show that internet search engines, just you can click the browser also, and all these things. Desktop also you can show. If you want to pause in between your presentation, you can click this, or otherwise you can continue. Next, I'm going to finish my recording. Stop. Now you save your file. Save. So file saved successfully. So upload the presentation file. Okay. So now your file is ready. See that. Yes. Now the file is ready. Should I focus to some of the aspects only? So the file is ready now, the video file. Okay, so this is also a very important tool for making the e-content by using your PPT. Suppose if you have your PPT, Abhina, so you can import that slides into this. So these are all the tools we are using for our simple e-content preparations. One is Screencastify, another one is that is the Prezi.com, and we can use for the presentation tube recorder. So any doubt in this? So I will explain other tools also. Is there any doubt in this? If you have any doubt, you can ask me. Okay, so I will explain the other tools which we can use for the post-active stage. So that is for that assessment purposes. What are the other tools we can use for the assessment purposes? That is the evaluation purposes. So in the pre-active stage, we are collecting the information by using the Google search engine. That is the OER information. How to collect that OER information from the Google search engine. So how to collect the text and how to get the images and how to get that OER video. Next, for presenting that e-content, what are the tools we can use? Very simple tools, e-content tools. And the third stage is the post-active stage. That is the after teaching. So what we have to do? The post-active stage is the assessment purpose. So most of us, for the assessment purpose, we are using that Google form. Generally, we use Google form. Other than this Google form, we have a number of tools. So just I will explain only one tool, that is the quizzes.com, how to create the quiz. I will explain. Just we can prepare the quizzes or the multiple choice questions in the quizzes.com. You see, okay, so you see, I will show you how to create this quizzes. Just you see this create button is there. Click this create button. Quiz. I want to create the quiz. Thank you. Okay, click this button. Create from scratch. So I want to create multiple choice question. Multiple choice. So question bank is also available. If you is a general common question means you can import the questions from the question bank. Now I am going to prepare my own questions. For example, what is e-content? So type your answer here. So electronic. So likewise, whatever you want. Suppose if we want to give one more option, we can add 5 option also, one more option also, plus just if you click this plus option, you can add another option also. And then the first one is the right answer means click this button. That is the for correct answer, you click this button. Okay. If you want to add some videos means you can click this add video, or if you want to add if you want to give some voiceover, you click this button. So now it will automatically it will be saved. Save questions. So it will be saved. Okay, see. And after preparing your questions, you can customize your question also. Question means this the time interval and time duration of your question. For each questions, within 5 seconds or within 2 seconds, they have to answer. Like that, we can customize our question setting also. After finishing all these questions, we can get some link. That is the shareable link. We can paste that link in your LMS platform or Google form or otherwise WhatsApp. So if they click that link, they will get that all the questions. So we can shuffle the question also. For each students, we can shuffle the questions. So after that, they will get that scoring board. Answer பண்ணதுக்கு அப்புறம் we will get that scoring board. I will show you that model question which I prepared earlier. This is my library. You see that many questions I have prepared. Instructional technology. You see. And then research methodology also. Training, inclusive education. So, it's a common question for. So suppose we want to join that quiz, you can join. So that quizzes.com, they will give that code. There is the question code. If we share that quizzes code, if you type your enter this quiz code, you can join in this. Join my as a student, you have to go to joinmyquiz.com. You have to enter this code. If you enter this code, automatically you will join in this quiz. So join பண்ணிட்டீங்கன்னா எனக்கு ஒரு ஸ்கோர் போர்டு வரும். அதுல for all responding the questions அப்படிங்கிறது we can get. Okay. Suppose உங்களுக்கு free time இருக்கும்போது go to this joinmyquiz.com and the code enter பண்ணி நீங்க join பண்ணிட்டீங்கன்னா you can respond to my questions also. So have any doubt in this? So these are all the tools which we can use for our assessment purposes. Now, there are 3 stages: pre-active stage, active stage, and also post-active stage. So after teaching, after presenting the e-content, we have to assess the students' performance. For that assessment purpose, for online assessment, we can use these kind of tools. Quizzes.com. Likewise, we have one more tool, Kahoot, and also Mentimeter also. So Mentimeter is for the voting rights, voting pools, idellame paakradhukku we can use for this menti.com tools. So likewise, n number of tools are available for assessment purpose also. So these are all the simple and very easy tools which we can use for our e-content preparations. So just I want to conclude. So technology is also very important, but only thing is technology is a very good servant, but it is a dangerous master. So every coin has 2 sides. Likewise, technology is also has some positive sides and also some negative sides. So we have to take only the positive aspects only. So thank you madam for the opportunity. Thank you all. Thank you so much.
Thank you, ma'am. Thank you for your wonderful presentation.
Thank you, ma'am.
Thank you for spending your valuable time with us, ma'am. Now, I request Dr. P. Padmavati, Associate Professor, Department of Mathematics, DBT Visalakshi College Government, to give away the vote of thanks.
Thank you, Katpaga. Good evening to all. It is my pleasure to propose the vote of thanks to the 5-day online FDP on e-content development. First of all, I would like to thank the faculty of Department of Educational Technology, Bardiyar University, for their kind support rendered in this FDP. I would like to thank Dr. A.R. Bhavana, Professor and Head, Dr. S. Tangarajati, Professor, Dr. M. Parthasarathi, Associate Professor, and Dr. T. Enoch Joel, Assistant Professor from Department of Educational Technology, Bardiyar University, for extending their kind help and accepting our invitation for this FDP session. Thank you, Tangarajati ma'am.
So much, ma'am. Thank you, ma'am.
Thank you so much. Thank you, ma'am. I wish to thank all the members of your department who are not present in this meeting, ma'am.
Sure, ma'am. Sure, ma'am.
Convey our wishes,
I'll
ma'am.
convey, ma'am.
Thank you, ma'am. Okay, ma'am. Thank you, ma'am.
Sure, ma'am.
Next, I would like to propose my thanks to all the faculty participants from various colleges and from various states in attending this online FDP, which is supported under DBT Star Status Scheme. Next, I would like to thank our organizing secretaries, Dr. V. Pangajam and Mrs. R.D. Beulah, Assistant Professors of Department of Mathematics, for their untiring effort in making this FDP a grand success. Next, I would like to thank our Principal Madam, Dr. N. Lakshmi, who is always encouraging us in doing all our activities. Next, I would like to thank all the faculty friends of our department and other department of Sri GVG Visalakshi College for Women for their kind help rendered in this FDP. Thank you all. Thank you, participants. Thank you, ma'am.
Thank you, ma'am. Thank you so much.
Thank you, ma'am. Dear participants, I request all of you to be in the WhatsApp group for next 15 working days. We will be sending you the certificate through WhatsApp. Thank you. Thank you for your support.
Thank you, ma'am.
Thank you, sir. Thank you, sir.